Hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Plant-Based Nutrient Highlight. I'm Haley, plant-based registered dietitian specializing in all things plant-based nutrition and living. Today we're going to talk about selenium. Although a really important nutrient, we don't often talk about selenium specifically for plant-based eaters. I didn't even include it in my guide, Meeting Your Nutrient Needs with Plants at Any Age. Why? Because most of us are meeting our selenium needs through foods alone, and a plant-based food is actually one of the best sources of selenium that we can find. Selenium is one of the 9 trace minerals. A trace mineral is a nutrient that, although critical for our overall health, we need in very, very small amounts. Selenium is also considered to be essential, meaning that our bodies can't make it and we have to get it through the foods that we eat. Selenium acts like an antioxidant, so it helps protect our cells from damage and may help prevent chronic diseases like heart disease and cancers. We also know that selenium plays a really important role in fertility, our immune function, and our thyroid health. We do have set RDAs, or recommended dietary allowances, for selenium. An RDA is a set average daily intake of a particular nutrient that's sufficient enough to meet the needs of 97 to 98% of a healthy population. For those of us who are 14 years old and beyond, the RDA for selenium is 55 micrograms a day. Now, while pregnant or breastfeeding, your daily selenium needs do increase slightly. There's also set tolerable upper intake levels, or ULs. This is the highest average daily nutrient intake through foods and supplements that's unlikely to cause adverse health effects. A UL is not a recommended intake, and it's highly recommended that you try to stay below the set upper intake level through foods and supplements. Now, how much selenium that we actually find in the foods that we eat totally depends on the selenium content of the soil that the plants are grown in or that the animals eat from. Because the selenium content of soil varies so greatly depending on where you are in the world, it can actually be quite difficult to estimate the actual selenium content of foods. In general, though, the best sources of selenium in our diet are meat, seafood, and grains, but the best source of selenium is actually Brazil nuts. Other good plant sources of selenium include foods like sunflower seeds, couscous, tofu, lentils, chia seeds, and mushrooms. If you're eating a variety of grains, nuts and seeds, legumes, and vegetables, you're more than likely meeting your daily selenium needs. It's important to be mindful of where you're getting your selenium from, because we know that getting too much can be harmful. This is especially true if you love Brazil nuts. Just 6 to 8 Brazil nuts will give you over 700% of the recommended daily intake of 55 micrograms. Generally considered safe to include 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day to help meet your selenium needs. I love just eating a Brazil nut or 2 in a trail mix or crushing some up for my oatmeal or smoothie. As with most nutrients, I recommend a food-first approach. Given that it's so easy to meet our selenium needs through whole foods, it's not recommended to take a selenium supplement. But it is a nutrient that you'll usually find in multivitamin with minerals, and if that's the case, it's usually in there in an appropriate and safe amount. As always, if you're worried that you're not meeting a particular nutrient need on a plant-based diet, it's important that you talk to a registered dietitian. That's all for my spiel on selenium. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can drop them below, and we'll see you next time.